we're gonna do my makeup. So, if you're just joining, you should be on your knees when you're watching me. You know this. Anytime you watch any of my videos, you should immediately drop to your knees. So, let's put my little lemon thingy on here. My vintage lemon makeup. I don't know what you call it. Okay, let's start with cotton swabs are in the bathroom. Actually, I need to order more of these. Keep forgetting to do that. Stick one in here for now. And where's my facial toner? Hello, sporting boy and good boy and Isaac. Hello, how's Isaac doing? All right, little facial toner. And now you know exactly what my face looks like without anything on it. Hello, Fold. Isaac says, I don't know how long I'll be here. Well, we'll take you for as long as we get you. Thank you. He likes my key. All right. So I'm going to get to all the weekly stuff a little bit later in this stream. I have it in the other room. And if you guys, good boy says his life is going good. Glad to hear that. I was more kind of directly talking to Isaac because he's been going through a bit of a rough patch. I don't think he wants to talk about it, but we just want to make sure he's okay. Isaac wants to know what the wheel post is for. So, well, I was getting there. So if you've joined me in the mornings, I've been live streaming a lot more in the mornings lately, in addition to this weekly time, while I'm day trading and kind of doing my, oh, is that a bug bite? It's starting to get very buggy here. I'm just going to say that. Young Duff says, can I get a Coke Zero, goddess, please? No, you can drink some water or coconut water, something healthy like me. Why don't you drink something better than that crap? But I will like your super chat. And just a reminder, yeah, that looks like a bug bite. Like I said, it's getting very buggy here in Florida. All of a sudden, they started coming out, little flying insects. I went for my run today, and there's like, I don't know what you call them, but it's like spider webs, and there's like these little caterpillar worms that hang from them. It's so freaking disgusting. Little green worms. And so I had to run through a couple of those today. I don't like bugs. I'm not a fan. So hello to Ben. I am early today. I did post I was going to go early today. So I'm putting on my little lotion. Oh, no, I knew there was something else I wanted to do first. You guys are distracting me. Yeah, we're going to do an extra hour today. Wahab says, Goddess, do you want me to clean my bed? Yes or no? Remind me, were you the slave that peed in his bed because I told you not to get up? Was that you? All right, we're going to do a little serum stuff here. And then the lotion. That's the plan. Yes. You still haven't cleaned it? You've been sleeping in your urine-soaked bed for a week now? That's really gross. I think I told you to clean it last time, so you're already not following directions. Does not make me happy. That is a very invasive question, actually, but I don't mind answering it. I'm going to answer it as cleanly as possible as I can, no pun intended. He says, this is toxic waste. Okay, so I think your name kind of explains everything. He says, maybe an invasive question, but as a girl dad, oh, I didn't see that part. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. As a girl dad, do you get poo on the front side, and how do you clean it? So, these are daily life questions that people don't really talk about that you should know. And being a girl dad, then maybe you should know. The key is to always wipe front to back. You do want to be very careful especially in older adults, that you don't get stuff from the back in the front because it can cause an infection. So you do want to be very careful with that. Always wipe front to back and teach your daughters to do that as well, because it's not something that you just, I think, learn on your own. I think you do have to be taught that, and it's an important fact of life. Men don't have to worry about that because you have different bits, but very important. So I'm glad we covered that, even though that is not related to financial domination at all. But an important question nonetheless. We'll do a little bit more of the lotion. Usually I do a little bit of lotion under this, but especially when I've been working out, I've just been doing this one because it's a little bit lighter. Yes, Ivory confirms you wipe front to back unless there's blowout. Her words, not mine. In the diaper, it shouldn't ever be an issue. Yes, but you do want to make sure it's very clean. I imagine, I don't have children, so I can't, she sounds like a mom, can probably speak a little bit more to that, but I don't think an infection is as much of a worry for children as it is for, like once you're like an adolescent and older, but it's definitely a huge problem in older adults. So those are mostly the diapers I've cleaned. I've only cleaned a couple child diapers in my life, but I have cleaned many adult diapers. Many. Too many. Sorry, TMI. I am not says, hi Goddess Huri, I will subscribe to you and give you attention forever. Is this good from me, Goddess? Well, if you truly want to please me, then you will serve properly. And I have videos on how to do that by sending my tribute and all that. But the bare minimum you can do, yes, is to subscribe and follow the channel. And he confirmed he is subscribed. Kenny, you guys have some very random questions tonight. It's interesting, but I don't know where you guys are coming up with this. But Kenny wants to know if I've ever roped a bull. I have indeed never experienced roping a bull. Although, you guys ask me all the time what my kinks are. And I don't think I've mentioned this before, maybe once, but I do kind of have a thing for a man in like male bull riders. Like when I was at the gym, I used to watch PBR a lot. Something about a man in chaps. I don't know. I don't know what it is. You guys are distracting me a lot today. I keep forgetting what I'm doing here. Usually I do a different concealer right here, but we're gonna try this one. We're just gonna do a little bit like that. Yeah. I do really like this new concealer brush I got. Where did it go? The other one I was using was crap. Oh, it's over here. Wahab says your face is beautiful, Goddess. Thank you for that. Dre subscribed. Dre for Swaggers. I like that name. Jolly evening to you, Zero. Okay, I'm gonna type this in. So, just a reminder, we are getting a little more traffic this evening. And obviously I'm doing something, so I'm not going to see every comment. If you would like priority with your comments, super chats are on and are an option. Otherwise, I may not see your comment, but I'm looking periodically. Hold on, I can't talk and do eye makeup. You know this. There, we just pat it in. Okay, a little bit over there. I have quite a few freckles. Apparently freckles are trendy these days. Some people, I even saw somebody getting them tattooed on, which is kind of crazy to me, but I don't have to tattoo them on because they're right there. They're already there. Okay, that looks sufficient. I finally got my nose ring back in because I always forget to put it back in after I go swimming. Ben says you like cowboys. I do have a little bit of a thing for cowboys. I can't lie. It's true. It is true. Isaac says yesterday we had like summer weather, then a tornado, then fall, then it nearly snowed. Yes, I saw something about the really terrible storms going on. Very large hail. Illinois was hit hard, I saw. Isaac says if freckles are attractive, maybe I rank high. Maybe. if you have freckles. Isaac, where are you located again? Zero says, your channel description is utterly splendid. Thank you for that. Kenny says, can you pull the rope while you work? I don't know what that means. Wahab says, caterpillars you're talking about, right, Goddess? I was talking about caterpillars much earlier. We're on to the next subject now. Where's my eyebrow thingy? There it is. Okay. Then we are going to... We're going to comb the eyebrows because they're a little crazy right now. Where's my eyebrow brush? It probably is called something else, but that's what I call it. Aha! There it is. Alright, let's brush those suckers up. And they like to grow at weird angles over here, so I'm going to have to trim one or two just to keep it not looking crazy. Do I have a dog? I do have a dog. He's in the other room right now. He gets a little cranky this time of night. I'm not sure what his problem is, but I can't really touch him past like about 8 p.m. He gets a little sassy, shall we say. Okay, now we'll do a little eyebrow. I am not, says Fury #1 Superior Goddess. Are you okay with us boys today? Have we been doing your chores? I don't have anybody doing my chores yet. One day I will. But as of right now, I don't have a domestic servant. I do have submissives who serve me regularly on the internet. We'll talk about them later. We're just gonna add a little here at the end. It is time for me to get a little bit more microblading done. That is on my list. Well, it's not technically on any wish list I have, but it's on my mental wish list to get more microblading done. It actually lasted quite a while, though, I have to say. That was my first time getting it done. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago now, and you can still see it a little bit. They told me it was going to last like 6 months to a year, I think. Quite impressive. I'm not, says Fiore. I subscribe to you. Now I feel your power. And James says, I am 21, a newbie dog. You might be one of the newest slaves who's ever come across me. Or youngest. Did I say newest? I meant youngest. Okay, now we're going to do the contour. I've said this before, but I always feel like I'm putting on war paint when I put this on. I'm relatively new to contour, but I feel like I'm getting it. I've changed up my makeup routine quite a bit in the past few months. And so far it's going pretty well. James, I cannot answer that question. I can't say that word on here. I can't say other platforms on here, but yes, I do. All my links are on my profile. I can say that. And I will say that. I just did say that. Chauncey says, I've been scrolling for 15 minutes and this is the most normal live I've seen so far. Hope for humanity restored by a makeup tutorial. It's not a makeup tutorial. We're just getting started, my friend. I've never looked at live streams on YouTube before. What else have you seen that you were so aghast and scared by? We're just chatting while I do my makeup. It's not really a tutorial because I'm not explaining what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. Okay, and then we do... These sticks are kind of fun, I'm not going to lie. I do enjoy putting them on. This is the blush one. Shorts live are atrocious. I don't know what that means. Wahab says, if I need to poo and eat at the same time, do I eat the I don't think that's how it works. I mean, you do what you want, friend, but I wouldn't recommend it. Most of you know how I feel about that if you've watched my human toilet video. And we're going to get to that later because I do have something. We have a little chat to do about that today. I'm always pissing off the human toilets. They don't like me very much. Such is life. The Bronson wants to know if the key means open marriage. Would anybody like to answer that question for him? I know most of you in the chat know what the key is for. Would you like to answer? This is not, oops, wrong one. I want the blush. The blush. There. Even it out a little bit. Mark says, sometimes I feel like I'm going to crush the toilet. How much do you weigh? Jeez. Maybe you don't have very good body awareness and you're just plopping down on that thing. Calm down a little bit. Be nice to your toilet. Muhammad. Oh, you are so not speaking to me correctly. When are we going for a drink, babe? I hate it when men call me babe. I really do. Men who don't know me, I should say. Like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, affectionate words are fine. But if I don't know you, who are you calling babe? Hun. All right, put concealer on and then I don't know, I always have trouble with that side. Wahab says, I am in the middle of a war. Are you talking to us from the toilet right now? Don't lie, if you are. Mark says, I respect women, I'm old-fashioned. Are you the one that just called me babe? Could have fooled me. All right, little of the highlighter stick. This is my least favorite because it doesn't really do much for me. No, okay, good enough. Now we will move along to the eyelashes. I don't know. This isn't my favorite mascara. This is the chunky mascara. You guys seem to like it, but it is a little on the chunky side. Oh, Wahab says because since January I was in Kuwait. That's a long time. Oh, there's my lighter. Okay, we are going to heat up. This is not a crack pipe. It is a eyelash curler. Make sure it's not going to burn off my skin. Good boys in the house. Hello, Jesus. I actually, one of my patients yesterday, she's 98 years old, and she said that she's very religious, and she said that she prayed to Jesus that he keeps her around long enough for the next coming of Jesus. So I guess it should be happening here in the next 2 to 6 years. I don't imagine she's going to live past 104, but you know, some people do. I think the oldest person I met was 106, 104 or 106. But that's what she prayed for. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that's what she's hoping for. We'll see if it happens. Hello to everybody. Extroverted introvert, Jeff, Dre. Is that a different Dre? I've never had a Dre in my room. Now we've got 2. How exciting. Jeffrey said, girl, I thought you were burning a spoon for a second. I was so stunned. I just said it's not a crack pipe. Eyelash curling. Because the regular eyelash curler just doesn't do it for me. It needs to be a little heated. They do make heated... Oh, I just messed up. They do make heated eyelash curlers, but I think the lighter works just fine. Okay, that's kind of hopeless. Oh god, I think I'm making it worse. Whatever. Okay, moving along to the other side. This is the chunky one. Extroverted, introverted. I don't like your comment. Let's keep comments polite and appropriate. If not, you will either be put into a timeout like a little child, or you'll be permanently banned from making comments on the channel. And Good Boy is my moderator. I don't know if we have the other moderator. Oh yeah, Ben's in the chat too. So they're watching you. I have eyes watching you, even when mine aren't. So watch yourself. Shake it fast. Show me what you're working with. Okay. I think since I'm wearing brown, we're going to do a nude color. Where's my nude? My nude one. There it is. Nude. Where's the new little lip liner? And for the record, I don't wear much makeup. This is very light. I don't even have any foundation on. I don't know why I'm trying to talk while I put lip liner on, because it's really not easy to do. And I don't have any eyeshadow on. Oops. I don't suggest talking while you're trying to do that. It's not a good thing to do. And then what we'll do, a little itchy right there, is just a little bit of, I'm itchy right there too. This, followed by a little bit of this. And now it's perfect. That's it. I'm done. Close. Okay. Just clean up some of my mess. I'm so messy. Those I can't put away right now because that's in the way. Put that in here. And this is like, I just got this lotion and it's so good. If you're a female in the chat, or even if you're a sissy man who likes to put makeup on, it's called Lumi Glotion. This is not a paid promotion. I just like it, and it just gives you a nice little glow. It's lovely. Plus, I think it makes me look a little tan too. So I enjoy that. We're gonna leave it over here, and we will put the serums over here, and a sip of the water. I am not married. We always have this conversation. Okay, let's take my lemon thing off. My hair is very shiny today. And it's also wet because I was too lazy to dry it, and we just let it dry with the curl. However it wants to. It's just going to have a mind of its own. We just let it run free. Okay, so now we are moving into the other room with a new setup. If you have not been joining me in the mornings, you have not seen the new setup yet. So I do have a wheel, a little game to play if you want, and some new lighting. Let's go check it out. Let me move this crap out of the way. And we will travel through my house into the other room. And if you have not, wait, hold on. I do realize it's rather dark right now, and you can just get over it. You can just be patient while I grab a couple of these little thingies. Perfect. And my water. Okay, we are traveling into the poll room. Oh, I forgot my slippers. Hold on. Are you guys getting dizzy yet? Oh, these ones will work. It's like a rave up in here. I guess Mel went to bed already. Okay, here's my water. I'm gonna put it over here so I don't spill it on my computer. I don't like that. Oh, and I have a toy here I forgot about. Hold on, let me adjust. There's too much stuff in my way, per usual. That's crooked, isn't it? Yes, it is. Hold on, let me put it on top of this one. there. How about that? Wet hair. Pin this back. Do you see my wheel? Do you like it? My new lights. My toy. I just had, oh, there it is. I want the hair out of my face. So we're gonna go like that. Okay. Now, I do want some coconut water as usual, but you've traveled around my house enough, so we'll get that later. We'll worry about that later. In the meantime, let me get my info I'm going to share with you. We will go over the wheel, since I know you guys were kind of curious. I haven't been paying attention to the chat, but if the chat is getting weird, I can always turn it on to subscribers only, because we do have that problem sometimes. People get a little weird. My treadmill's in the way. There. Okay, now, so the wheel is new, and the way the wheel works, I'll explain to you quickly before we go over the regular deal of the day. Let me also set up my other live streaming platform. I had to kick somebody off because he was lurking on one of my paid platforms and not tipping, and I didn't like it. So I removed him. He can't watch anymore. I don't like it. Okay, so here we go. We will start, and then we will bear with me. I'm still getting things set up here. Oh, yes. Where am I from? Would anyone like to answer that question that is familiar with me? Oh, I guess I can't play music at the same time. Stupid. That's just stupid. What is the problem here? Okay, let me close it out. Go back in. Technology is great when it works. I better use my stress ball. It's good for grip strength and de-stressing. Okay. I think it's working. It's working now. Excellent. Wish I had music, but whatever. Guess we can't have everything. Huh. Okay, so the wheel. The wheel of death. No, I'm just kidding. The wheel is new, and basically if you want to spin the wheel, it is a $5 super chat to do so. There's lots of options on the wheel. I don't know if you want me to go over them, or if you just want to be a surprise as we go. If somebody spins the wheel, then you can find out what happens. Wheel of Fortune. I kind of think Wheel of Death is more appropriate. But a few things on there are various tribute amounts. Everything is optional, of course. Tribute amounts, and then we have a little CBT. We have a little SPH. If you don't know what these terms are, you're gonna have to Google it because I can't say it on here. We have a little worship of me. We have a little confession, where you will have to confess something to the whole chat. We have an extra spin, which means you get to spin again. And then we have a chat choice, where the chat chooses what your fate is. We have a task, and where I assign you a random task, and you have to do it. So that is the wheel. It has not even been spun yet. It's brand new. So, $5 super chat to spin. That's the deal. If you want. While you are thinking about it, we are going to go over some comments for the week. We've got a few good ones. Why is it sideways? Why is it sideways? Oh, I went way too far. Here we are. Okay. Now, we will start with, once again, you keep your comments appropriate and polite, or you will be in timeout like a little kid. So don't act like a child. Okay? Thanks. Mo says, I have a cute mouth. Mo, are you, first of all, your name is spelled wrong because my dog's name is Mo and it doesn't rhyme with toe. It's M-O. You're spelling it wrong. Moving along. Okay, comments from the week. First we have, this was actually an email. I'm not going to name names, although I should embarrass you, but you might like public embarrassment, so I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. But this person reached out to me via email saying, I think that he wanted to serve. I didn't save the first part of the email, so I honestly don't remember. But he was trying to have some interaction with me. And I told him my initial tribute, which is $50. And he goes, does it have to be that much? I'm a little short. I'll have the money in a little bit, though. I could send it to you. And then he comes back 1 minute later with another email, and he says, I'm sorry, pleasure doing business with you, but I can't do it. So my response to this is, number one, financial domination is a luxury kink for a reason. No, it is not cheap. My initial tribute is $50 just to speak to me. I'm not pressuring you to do one way or the other. You do whatever the heck you want. But if you are going to reach out to me via email, message, whatever, expect to pay $50 to speak with me. And that gets you an initial conversation. That's it. So, and also, financial domination is not a fucking garage sale, okay? I'm not here to negotiate with you or give you a cheap tribute or a discount, okay? So you pay or you get lost. It's a pleasure doing biz with you, but I can't do it. And it's not a pleasure. First of all, it's not a pleasure doing business with you because there was no business nor fun time that was to be had by anybody with this conversation. And you're right about one thing. You can't do it. You can't. Anyways, so that was that email. I'm waiting for a $5 super chat to spin the wheel. $5 super chat if you want to spin. Okay, that's the deal. Now, otherwise I'm going to sit here and read my comments. EP boy, do I look stupid? Because I'm not. He says, I sent $50. Where did you send $50? You didn't. You're a liar. Goodbye, Larry. We don't need you. Okay, now, and for those of you just coming in who don't know where you are or what you're doing, I am a financial dominatrix. So if you do not enjoy financial domination or you don't find me entertaining, nobody's keeping you here, okay? You can stay if you are entertained or you want to hear what I have to say, or if you want to participate. But if you're going to post rude comments, then you can leave. Okay, or be kicked out. Next comment. This was adorable. This was absolutely adorable. This is from Robert, and he left a comment on my rules for maids, and he says, for some reason, Goddess Fiore, I love coming back to this video and relearning the rules over and over again. I even take notes and write them in my diary to make sure I don't miss a thing. The rule about the carpets and vacuum lines has really stuck with me. Thank you for this divine set of instructions. So there you have it, a good slave who takes notes when he watches my videos. That's impressive. So maybe someday he will serve me in real life and have the opportunity to clean my house. Although where I'm located now, there are no carpets, so you don't have to worry about the carpet lines. Moving along. Oh, Wahab takes notes. I know you do. You're probably taking notes right now. Did you just call me a cat? I've never been called a cat before. I don't know how I feel about that. All right. Next, we have Mad, who commented on one of my shorts, and he said, "Yes, goddess, because my everything belongs under your feet." He knows his place. The rest of you, or a lot of you, apparently need to learn. You're still learning. That's okay. You'll learn. And then we have the real Bashodo Jones, who says, "You can have my 401k and stock options." I'm still waiting for that. I'll believe it when I see it. Bashodo Jones. Moving along. Okay, this is actually a good question. Goddess of what? Goddess of everything. Duh. Bjork the clown is leaving all his land to his cat. Well, I'm sure your cat will be very happy. Lots of room to roam. Yes. Hello to Harvey. Why do I have pecs? Are you aware that you spelled pecs wrong? Do you even know what a peck is? Wow. Are you asking? Okay. This question always confuses me because you're asking where I'm from. Are you asking where I'm currently am or where I'm originally from? Chris is confused. Findom? What's Findom? Go Google it. I'm not here to explain everything to you. Once again, rude comments. Goodbye. Goodbye, sir. Do not call me beautiful. You may call me goddess. Capital G. Why am I making it so technical? It's just my personality. I just am who I am. If you don't like it, then I'm not sorry. Moving along. This is from Gentilo. And this was on one of my videos. And he said, "I have a question. Do you have to be wealthy to sign a contract or can anyone do it? Does the contract have established parameters or is it planned based on the individual's possibilities? I would really like to try it, but I don't know if I can live up to Goddess Fiore's expectations." So I love the honesty. I love that he's asking me this before he fills out my debt contract application without even having sent tribute or application fee or anything. So I do like that he's, goodbye. That he is asking this question. So as I just said a little while ago, financial domination is a luxury kink. However, I am not the kind of financial dominatrix who is here to make you go broke or bankrupt. Obviously if that's a fantasy that you have, then we can engage in that during a session or kink play after we've discussed that. But really, I am not trying to make anybody go bankrupt or broke. That's not my style. So, but at the same time, my time is valuable. I do have a minimum weekly tribute for interaction if you want ongoing interaction. So what I would suggest for Gentilo to do, and I need to reply to his comment, which I didn't, I just took a screenshot of it. I will reply to him and just let him know he can email me and ask that question. Generally, you will not get a response from me unless you have sent tribute. I will make an exception because he worded this question very respectfully, and I appreciate that. So I will answer that question for him if he wants to reach out. And he also asked if the contract has established parameters or is it planned based on the individual's possibilities? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I do have a written contract that I type up, and I am only doing that written contract because it is rather time consuming to put together. If you have served me for 4 weeks consecutively and obediently. So that is an option, but you do have to prove yourself at this point before I actually write up a contract. That's where I'm at. So if Gentilo sees this, he may reach out and we can have more of a conversation. But I do appreciate the respectfulness and the question. Shaggy, I am not going to do what you're telling me to do because I don't do what men tell me to do. No. Wahab says, Goddess, you own the world. Yes, I do. Okay. And then we have Heather. And I saw you in the chat, Heather. Are you still in the chat? Speak up if you are. And I think this was in response to the post I just did today, reminding you that I was live streaming today. And she says, you're looking kind of mean in this photo. Look, I have always had a bad case of resting bitch face. And that is the beautiful thing about being a financial dominatrix is, you know what? I finally found my place in the world where people like that. And it's acceptable. So it is what it is. I actually take that as a compliment. Thank you. Okay. And then we had Jim, who left a rather strange comment on one of my cop shorts. And he says, evidently you haven't seen my results yet, or did we? And I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea. No clue what you're talking about. I think in the past, there's been like a couple times where people left comments on videos where they were like trying to leave a comment on a different video or somebody else's channel even, and somehow it ended up in my comments. Has that ever happened to anybody, or is that still something that's happening? Just curious. Has that ever happened to anybody? Isaac says, yeah, that's a glitch. It's happened to you. Okay. So maybe that's the only thing I can think of is that maybe this comment wasn't meant for that video because I really couldn't figure out what it had to do with the video. It is very annoying because sometimes I read stuff and I'm like, I don't know if they're just, it's a meaning that I haven't, it's like a vague, enigmatic meaning I just haven't figured out, or it's just the wrong video. I think that might have been the case. Very annoying. Jeff, I'm not Greek. No, I'm not. This is from Bajek Dawood. I have no idea how you say that, and I probably really messed it up. On my Welcome to Prison video, which is a favorite. He says, great video, Mrs. Policewoman. Please arrest me and put my hands in handcuffs behind my back. And I responded to him and I said, don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss. To which he responded, of course, you are my boss, Mrs. Policewoman. I put hands up. Which position I must make for arrest? You're still trying to lead me, and that's not going to work with me. I don't like it. Just stop. Just stop it. And then we have a comment from Mike on the post today about the live stream. Is Mike in the chat? Maybe later. Mike says, you set the bar at an impossible level for true natural beauty, which I thought was a very kind and lovely comment. Thank you for that. That was lovely. Yes. Constantine is laughing. What are you laughing at? You were laughing in some of the comments earlier, weren't you? And I have no idea. You just have a weird sense of humor or what? Isaac, we are not bargaining for a free wheel spin. It's $5. Give me a freaking break. Yes, you're right. An unlikely suggestion. Unlikely. Sandeep, please go get a life. Tristan, I'm having a wonderful day. How about you? Wahab is trying to get everybody in the chat to serve me properly. Thank you for that. Isaac is apologizing. I'll let it slide this time. Okay. And then I mentioned earlier how I do have a tendency to piss off the human toilets, and I did piss another one off. We have Nathan, who left a comment on my human toilet video, and he says, I've done this with a previous dom, and just having this fetish doesn't mean the person in question needs any mental health. So on that comment, I strongly disagree with you. First of all, I don't believe, I would have to go back and watch the video, but I'm pretty sure I did not say in the video that any person with the fetish needs mental health services. And I'm assuming that's what he meant when he said mental health. Mental health services? Therapy, perhaps? And I would argue that most people could benefit from therapy in one way or another. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If you feel like you want to have mental health services, I don't think that's bad for anybody. But he strongly disagrees with me, and that's okay. We can agree to disagree. And I would more just argue that I believe a human toilet fetish is unhealthy, was my point. I don't think it's healthy to do that, is my point. Isaac admits that he needs therapy. I mean, I think most people could benefit from therapy. And on a kind of rather side note, I will tell you that I have a group of friends, and the only time that any of us have ever needed therapy is when we've been dating a dude that drives us crazy. So, and really it was the men that needed the therapy, but they were so crazy that they drove us to get therapy. So that's kind of sad. Kind of sad. The people who need therapy don't get it, unfortunately. Isaac said he's so introverted, he hasn't gotten therapy yet. Well, you know, you can even do therapy online these days. It's very accessible. So if you feel like you need it, then I would suggest just trying a session and seeing how that goes for you. Even if you don't have any major issues, I think it can be a very helpful thing. He's thinking about it. Well, if you decide to do it, please let me know. And I hope it helps you with whatever you're going through. Corey says he's in therapy. I'm glad to hear that. Unfortunately, a lot of men don't go to therapy, and they're mostly the ones that need it, to be honest. And not to go too much off topic, but you know, we do frequently go off topic anyways. What was I gonna say? If you've ever encountered a narcissist, unfortunately, they don't do well with therapy, even if they do go, because they don't think they have a problem. So that's tricky. That's a tricky situation. Wahab says he is in Kuwait and he is in the middle of a war between Iran and the USA. I'm so sorry to hear that. And you're sleeping in a urine-soaked bed, even worse. So maybe you should at least wash your sheets so they smell nice, and then maybe you won't mind the war so much. But no, if you're serious, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's not good. It's not a good situation. Nobody wants it, that's for sure. Well, one person does. But moving along, I digress. Hello to Ian. And so we have some new members on the channel. We will say hello to them. We have Robert, joined as a starter slave. Dominator, who was in the chat the other day. I don't think he's in the chat right now. I don't know who Sarah Paulson is, but I guess I should go look it up. And then we have Michael, who jumped right into obedience slave level. And Yol Gold. I wonder if his name is Joel, or if it's like a foreign version of Joel. Yol. Those are our new members, so appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining the channel. And if you're watching the stream, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the stream, and go watch some videos, leave some comments, let me know what you think. I'm always curious to know what people think. And just a reminder that super chats are on. It is a $5 super chat to spin that thing, the wheel. It's a nice wheel too. I'm actually really happy with it. And I even got another toy. I have another toy. Ian, thank you for the floating heart. And he says he loves my videos. Thank you for that. This is a really nice pen. It's like very fancy looking. Rose goldish. Anyways, I digress. Get some water. Jack says he's gay. Good for you. Maybe you like my rainbow wheel. Wahab says he is serious because Iran hits Kuwait and the Kuwait has a little bit of the USA military base. Ah, yes. I think I just read something recently that they were thinking about targeting the military base there. So please be safe. We are thinking about you in your urine-soaked bed. We've got Frank from Biloxi, Mississippi. I believe wants to know what strain I'm on. I'm just high on life, my friend. That's it. And water. Yes. Hello to Chris. Hey, girl. Constantine is just having a great time. Constantine, do you care to share what you're laughing at? Are you just enjoying the banter? Yes, Isaac says, and water. Wise words. Yes. There's. See, I was just talking about flying bugs earlier, and there's one right here. Let me see if I can smash it. It's attracted to the lights. I don't think I got it. Anyways, Smart says good morning. I say good evening to you. And there's Timmy. He finally joined. You're late. We started 54 minutes ago. Now, I said this at the beginning, but I know not everybody was here at the beginning. But as soon as you see my face, you should be on your knees. Are you on your knees? I hope so. Sean says I look delicious. Well, I probably am. Ugh. Wahab is in Kuwait, and he says somebody died in a wedding, and he was next to the wedding. I'm sorry to hear that. What is the other toy I mentioned? Should I go get it? Bad is just laughing, enjoying the banter. I'm glad to see that. Tyson is asking why he should be on his knees. Because I said so? Duh. That's why. SSJ, that was a good joke. He says, you dropped something. My jaw. That was good. I liked it. Security is on his knees. The rest of you could take notes. What is on the spin wheel? I already explained it. Do I have to explain it again? JB wants to see the toy. And Vassiar thinks this is spicy. I don't know what's spicy about this, but maybe my attitude. That's possible. I am feeling a little sassy today. You caught me on a sassy day. Maybe because I'm ovulating. Okay, we're gonna go get some coconut water and the new toy. Are you ready to go on a trip? Here we go. Let's see if I can do this without knocking. Oh, look who decided to join. There he is. What's up, little turd? What's up, little man? What you doing? Oh, you just came here to beg for food, I bet. Yeah, you did. You think you get a second dinner every day now, huh? Is that the deal? You want to come up here? No. You're trying to lure me into the kitchen. I know your tricks. I know your tricks. All right, let's go. I'm not coming to feed you. Dream on. Coming in here to get some coconut water. And... oh yeah, the new toy. But first, coconut water. I probably do have to feed him. Or he's just going to keep harassing me. Alright, you guys were asking about the coconut water, so there you go. That's the coconut water. Not paid promotion. I just like it. Okay, now we've got the coconut water. Let me go get the toy. I don't think it's the kind of toy you're thinking of, by the way. And I'm probably just going to give him a little food just so he doesn't annoy me. I give in. I know. I don't want to hear any complaining. The vet already says you're obese. Wait. Back up. Go ahead. Okay. My toy. Ah! My toy and my coconut water. Here we go. I have dog food on my hand and hair in my mouth. We're back. Okay, so the other toy. Why is this crooked? There. First coconut water. Oh, I dropped something? Oh well, don't need it. All right, the other toy is a dartboard. Now this is probably going to get very entertaining because I have to throw the ball and I don't think my aim is very good. So it might be entertaining for you and me. Obviously, I haven't practiced with it because I'm just opening it up. Good evening, another Ben, not the regular Ben. I have an itch. I'm really annoyed that the bugs are back in Florida. I hate bugs so much. Okay, there's a little mesh bag. Ooh, here's all the balls. And then you can attach these little darts to them. So that's exciting. So I'm getting new phones soon. I do want them paid for. How does this work? Is this just supposed to attach on there? Maybe I should read the directions. I would think it just goes on there. I don't think it sticks. Okay, we're going to read the directions because it's not just sticking on there like I thought it would. What was I going to say? Yes, I'm going to get 2 new phones. And right now, if you're watching this, you have the opportunity to pay for them if you choose to. I'm trying to decide if I want a 15 Pro or 17. Oh, it's like nice and fuzzy, well, obviously, because the balls have to attach to it. So one side are numbers, which could be tribute amounts. So this is like high roller tributes. Or Glitch is asking if Americans are dumb. And my answer would be yes, most Americans are dumb. Correct. And then we have a world map here. How does this hang? Oh, there's the loop. So, you know, different tribute amounts for different. Look, cute little sheet. So, double-sided. That's kind of fun. So then I have to try to throw the balls on there. And like I said, it's probably gonna be pretty entertaining because I don't think I'm gonna be that good at throwing. With most sports, whether it's basketball or, I mean, pool isn't really a sport necessarily, but when I shoot pool, just anything like that, bowling, I am like either really bad or really good. There's like no in between. And then I'll have streaks of being really good and then really bad. So you just never know what you're going to get. Doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. So let's just see how this works. Okay. But now how do I attach the little dart? Oh, maybe the darts go separately by themselves. I thought the ball's attached to them. Yeah, the darts go separately by themselves. That's what it is. Okay, mystery solved. Figured it out. Slow to speak is telling me to put my hair in a ponytail. And to you, I say no, I will not. Stargazer. Hello, Stargazer. Stargazer is a very sweet servant. I like you. And he's in the chat. He sent me a floating heart. Thank you for that. Guru likes my map. Glitch. No. Why would I do that? Moving along. No, I'm not putting my hair in a ponytail. Just stop. It's not happening. I don't care how many times you ask. It's drying right now anyways. It's wet. Okay. We have another question about the key. Would anybody else like to answer that? Because I'm tired of answering it. So you guys can. Shaggy says, marry me, mama. No. Oh. Lou is from Tampa Bay. Hello to you. I am on the opposite coast from you. And I used to live in St. Petersburg. Fun fact. SRT is trying to send a super chat to pressure me to put my hair in a ponytail. Well, I will like your super chat and I will still say no to the ponytail. I don't like putting my hair in a ponytail because I have a lot of hair and it just doesn't sit well in the ponytail. Why do you guys want my hair in a ponytail? Can you at least give me a good reason for this? Kevin Leonard also sent a $1.99 super chat for a ponytail. What the heck is wrong with you people? And why are we sending $2 super chats to demand a ponytail, but you won't send a $5 super chat to spin the wheel? Or to play the new dart game? SRT is again, we can play this game all day, my friend. I'm just going to heart your super chats and just say no. Wyatt, were you the one that was saying you're gay earlier? You're still gay? Glad to know that hasn't changed in the last 5 minutes. Juicebox wants other people to send me money to see my feet. Are you too broke to send me money for my feet? Greetings from Anchorage. Is it chilly there? Steve says that there's too many trolls again. It's not bad right now. Actually, most people in the chat have been pretty decent for the most part. We've got a couple super chats. We've got Mick Ray sent a $4.99 super chat. He said, skin the wheel, ponytail. Does that mean you want to spin the wheel or not? Irex is demanding a ponytail. I don't know who you think you are, friend. The answer is still no. We can play this game all day, my friend. SRT, another $9.99 super chat for ponytail. And Kevin, are you guys all friends or what? Are you just like a gang of like really immature dudes sitting in your mom's basement trying to see who can pressure me into putting my hair into a ponytail? I don't get it. Oh, BTC is up 2.41% in the last 24 hours. 71,510, in case anybody was wondering. Just got a notification. Stargazer, hello. Okay, inappropriate comments will get you permanently banned from the channel. Goodbye. Chuck says, you seem really ungrateful to people sending you money. Well, I am a financial dominatrix. Maybe you should go look it up. Wyatt is asking for a messy bun. Are you guys just trying to see my armpits right now? Is that what this is all about? Is that what this is all about? Where are my moderators? Can you help me out here? We're getting a crowded chat and we are starting to get some trolls. That sounded kind of funny. Shut up, Chuck. I don't know why I think that's funny, but it is. Alrighty. So, $5 super chat to spin the wheel. And if it accompanies something about a ponytail, I'm probably going to ignore you. Chicken Fried is getting a little kick out of it. Yeah, where are the mods? Ben? Good boy, are you in the chat right now? I could use you. Infamous Butt, that is quite the username. Says you're really pretty. Thank you for that. Bad Monkey, I haven't seen you before, but you say I'm your queen and your mommy. Okay. My goodness. Might have to go to subscribers only here in a second. Jankless says somebody is behind me. Might be my dog. Hello, Eric. Welcome. Ten Freddy sent me a makeup brush. That was cute but random. Chicken says he loves Jello. Good to know. Oh, where's my water? Okay, so. Oh, I forgot my list of things that I was going to talk about tonight too. Dang it. What am I drinking? I have in one cup, I have water. And does anybody know in the other cup what I have? All right, we're going to go subscribers only at this point. Let me do that real quick. Oh, I always forget which button it is. I think it's this one. Here we go. There we go. Okay. That should be a little bit better. Oops. Does any of my regulars want to be a moderator right now? I could use a little help. Steve, would you be interested in moderating? I think you'd be good at it. Oops. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get caught up on the comments and remove some of the trolls. Constantine, you're still relatively new. I'll give you a shot for doing moderation. I usually like to have moderators who have been on the channel for a while, but security, you wanted to be one? I think you would be a good moderator. I Rex you. I don't think I know you. I don't recognize that name. Yeah, I just don't like them clogging the chat. It gets very distracting and annoying. Walls, I already have it on that. I've already done that. SRT is asking if I blocked him. No, I did not block you. I set the chat to subscribers only because we're getting too many trolls. And, you know, if we start having live streams like this very often, I'm going to start doing members only live streams. That's kind of where I'm at. I would agree with Cardamom that y'all are crazy. Joshua is asking what the wheel is in the background. That's my new wheel that I got that we can spin for a $5 super chat. It has yet to be spun. It is brand new. Just a reminder to keep your comments appropriate and respectful. Joseph, Wheel of Fortune or Wheel of Death? I don't know. Good boys back. Thank you. Can you help me with putting some of these people in timeout or banning them? If you're not sure, just put them in timeout. If they're saying rude things, I'd rather you just ban them altogether. I'll double check, but yes, it is on subscribers only. I just checked. So maybe you're subscribed and you don't know it, friend. Ah, okay. Rex would like a spin. Are you the sub who I talk with on the other social media platform who tributes to me regularly. Is that you or no? I don't think I know his name on here, so I'm not sure I would recognize him if it was. Good evening, Glenn. Okay, we're going to do a spin for Rex. He's ready. You go sit. Here we go. Time to spin. All right, we spin in this direction. Here we go. I'm going to give it a good spin. Yeah. Let's see where it goes. And you get worship. So you pick a favorite body part and you worship. That's what you do. Good boy, if you could help me out a little bit here, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. It's hard to keep up with all of them. Frank, welcome. Hello, happy boy. Welcome. I'm the Resistance says, are you into giantess? Sorry if I'm pushing it. No, that's not pushing it. That's an okay question. You're fine. I've done a little bit. I have a few pictures that are kind of giantess related. I find it kind of interesting. I'm down for it. Oh, Rex says, worship what? I'm sorry, my volume was a little low. You landed on worship. That means you get to worship either anything about me. It can be something about my appearance. If there's a particular part of my body that you enjoy, it's up to you. Hello to Shaggy. Sugar Boo. That's a new one. Casey says, I'm pretty like Alanis Morissette. Nobody has compared me to Alanis Morissette before. That is a new one. I don't think she's very pretty, so, but if you find her attractive, thank you for that, I guess. Hello, Caitlin and Jeff. Nobody cares about some of your shitty opinions. Hello, Josue. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm just going through the comments, trying to read them all. They're coming through pretty fast. It's a little hard to see. SRT is asking if we can see my nails. If you can see my nails. I can do that for you. Because you've been sending quite a few super chats, I will do that for you. So, is there something on that one? These are my nails. It was a design I've never tried anything like this before, but it's like kind of a French manicure with like a twist. I thought it was kind of fun. And these are my nails. I don't have fake nails, just so you know. Mark says, damn, finally a beautiful face. Thank you for that. Ooh, dripping. Maddie says, don't answer the personal questions if you don't want to. I will answer whatever I want, and I won't answer whatever I don't want to. Thank you for the unsolicited advice, though. Ricardo says, wow, you are a goddess. If you don't mind me asking, why are you not married? Because well, there's many reasons, obviously, but I guess I'm very picky. I know what I want, and just haven't found what I wanted quite yet. So that would be the main reason, to sum it all up. But I have had a couple longer relationships that were very good, that we had considered and or talked about that at some point, but I broke up with both of them, so they just weren't quite what I wanted. So I would just say I'm in general very picky. Actually, one of them was when I was in college, and he was a med student.
I think he's an emergency room doctor down in Miami now. Very nice guy. One of the most humble doctors I've ever met. Very smart. I think we dated for about 6 months, and I I just got the ick. I don't know what else to tell you. I just got the ick with him. Like, I was getting really annoyed with the way that he breathed. And this is really bad, but we went on a cruise with all of our friends, some of his friends and some of my friends, and I was trying to force myself to like him, which is never a good idea, and I don't do that anymore. I was trying to force myself to like him, and I just got to a point where I couldn't stand it anymore, and I ended up breaking up with him in the middle of the cruise. So, and we're on good terms. You know, I did apologize for that. I felt really, obviously, very bad about that. And then he told me it wasn't the first time that's happened to him, which I felt even worse about because I had no idea that that hadn't happened to him. That had happened to him before. So, um, yes, I've learned, unfortunately, the hard way that you can't force yourself to like someone. So, but like I said, I'm glad that we were able to um, end on good terms. You know, I don't really stay in contact with guys I've dated. That's just not really my thing. But I do enjoy leaving things on good terms with people. I don't like leaving on bad terms with people. Security says, have the children in chat come from a Minecraft stream? It sure sounds like it. Like I say jokingly, like it sounds like a group of like teenagers in their mom's basement, but like I'm kind of not joking because that's literally what they sound like. The Wolf King says, I tell nothing but the truth no matter how much it hurts. As do I, my friend. As do I. Joshua says, tell me about it. I did the same thing one time. What do you mean? Did you break up with somebody on a cruise as well? And to the people saying that I'm lying, I don't know why you think I would even lie about that. Like, what a weird thing to lie about. I'm actually a really bad liar, fun fact, and I don't really see a need to lie about anything. So I am one of the most genuine people you will ever come across. So believe what you want. I really don't care. Bulldog says, are you telling us you're a pain in the ass? I am definitely telling you that. Yes, I am. I will 100% acknowledge that I am a pain in the ass. 100%. For sure. And the sad thing is I kind of like being a pain in the ass. And most of the people in the chat kind of like that I'm a pain in the ass. So I don't know what to tell you. Angel says, you dance. I'm assuming that's a question. I pole dance. Yes, I do. I do pole dance. I was hoping to do a pole workout tomorrow, but my left shoulder's been bothering me. I think it still needs a few more days off. So, Jerry says, you just need me. You would love life. Oh, that's very sweet. But as I mentioned, I am picky. I am very picky. You know, it's stuff like, well, and I don't even like saying I'm picky. I just know what I like. And like I said, at this point in my life, I just don't force myself to like someone if I'm not into them. Jay Well is saying, show your toenails. You showed your fingers. I showed my nails because whatever his name was, SK, had sent several super chats. So I didn't mind doing that. Generally speaking, if you tell me to do something, I'm not going to do it though, just so you know. Unless we have a dynamic and you've done something to please me. SRT says, I'm not in my mom's basement. I just like a good ponytail. What's with the ponytail thing? Do you care to explain? Because it's kind of weird. Do you have a ponytail fetish? Joseph is wondering what the wheel is. Wait, hold on. I want to see what Joshua says, and then I'll explain the wheel. Joshua says, one time for a girl, I wanted to show that I cared for her, so I continued to be with her. Was it stupid? Yes. I suffered every day for someone else that in the end wasn't even deserving. She ended up leaving. Sorry to hear that. Leaving you. Yes. Sorry to hear that. So could you kind of sense that she didn't want to be with you and you stayed with her anyways? Is that what happened? Or I'm a little confused. Hmm. Thank you, good boy, for being a good moderator. You are being a good boy. Kobe says, nice hair and outfit. Looks great. 10 out of 10. Thank you for that. Mm. Ew. Jamie is laughing about SPH. Are you looking at my wheel? Is that where you see that? Joshua says, actually, I couldn't tell. I must have been love blind. Well, that'll happen. If you really like somebody, you can always tell if they're not feeling it, because sometimes we only see what we want to see, right? And I've definitely had plenty of times. There's been times where I like someone and they weren't that into me. That happens. It's hard to find a balance. You know what I mean? It's hard to find someone who likes you as much as you like them. Lost in a Dream says, the internet is such a toxic place. I've been here for 2 minutes and I like you, but I hate some of the people here. Well, thank you for that. And I agree with you. I hate many of the trolls that we get in the live stream as well. And to be honest, I feel sorry for them. I mean, I just feel sorry for people who have nothing better to do than to troll the internet and try to piss people off to get attention. It's incredibly pathetic and childish. Cami says, I want to see something besides your forehead. Well, too bad. Then go somewhere else. Edsel says, I'm just new here. Hello from Caraco. Welcome. Captain Teach says, you are magnificent. Thank you for that. Lee says, it is. Just go with the flow, do your own thing, and let them follow. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Are you talking about our dating conversation or the trolls? Oh, Wazim Kurish. I don't know how to say your name. Hello to you. Joshua says, these trolls are only playing. I don't give a fuck. They're annoying. And I have no patience for it. I literally am not going to respond to them. I'm just blocking them. So it's really kind of pointless for them. Jamie says, hey there, you look amazing. I hope you have a great day. Likewise, back at you, though I can't see you, so I don't know what you look like. Kobe is from Acapulco, Mexico. Very nice. I've never been there. Good boy, I don't know if you meant something else by your comment, but you said I just came in 5 minutes. Did you mean that you just came in the chat 5 minutes ago, or do you want to clarify that? Oliver is new here. Rex is saying, do you like traveling? I do. I love traveling. Although I will preface this and say that I am a little bit of a homebody. I'm not a big like partier. Going out isn't really my thing very much. I also like to cook and try to eat healthy, so I don't really like even going out to eat very often, but I do like to travel. I'm very into nature, so I like to go places that have beautiful places to go out in nature. Abdul wants to design my thumbnails. No thanks. I've had 2 or 3 people try to design thumbnails and I don't like them, and I'm really happy with how I design my own thumbnails. But thank you for that. I appreciate the thought. Ray wants to play the Wheel of Fun. Well, $5 super chat will get you a spin. Captain Teach says, I remind him or her of Xena. Somebody said something else earlier, and I'm putting you in timeout. I can't tell if your comment is intentionally rude or not, but you're being put in timeout and you can think about it. Just get rid of a few more trolls here. What is the wheel for? The wheel is a wheel that you can spin, and there's different, I don't know if I'd call them prizes necessarily. Jordy, serious question though, what is Findom? I am not going to sit here and explain what financial domination is on a financial domination channel. You can go Google it and come back if you'd like. Just a reminder, if you're coming in the chat, please keep your comments respectful or you will be hidden from the channel or timed out. Yes. David says, I'm reading the comments and I see nothing wrong with you. People just have nothing better else to do. You're beautiful. I just had to join. Well, thank you for that. And I mean, I'm not offended by these comments. I mean, like I said, these are just very childish people who have nothing better to do than to troll the internet and try to get attention is what they're trying to. I'm not stupid. Like, they're literally just trying to get attention and they're not going to get it from me. So might as well move on. Gus Bus says, please sell me your used socks. I'm not opposed to it, but you can reach out to me on one of my social media platforms. We can have a chat about it. Krusty, I'm not going to explain that to you. Go Google it. I'm not going to even read that comment because it's a troll. So. User says, you said you were picky. What do you look for in a guy? I mean, I know I said I was picky. I don't like using that term because I just know what I want, and I'm just not like, you know, there's some people that are very codependent and they will just settle for anything. I hate to say that, but I know a lot of women like that. And for me, I'm very independent and happy on my own. I don't really need someone to bring happiness to my life. So for me, number one, there has to be some kind of connection, and that in itself can be very hard to find. I've gone on dates with men who are physically attractive, but there's like zero connection and I'm just bored. I'm also, in case you couldn't tell, a very goofy person. So I need somebody who also has a goofy sense of humor and is fun to be around. If somebody is very serious or uptight, probably is not going to be for me. I also, obviously I know I'm not perfect, but I do work out a lot and try to take care of myself. I do try to eat healthy and that type of thing. So I cannot be with someone who does not try to take care of themselves or work out. Obviously I'm not married if we're having this conversation. How goofy am I? I don't know. Kind of goofy. I have a dry sense of humor too. Joshua says, what is this, a date show? No, it's a freaking Q&A. We're just having conversation. Okay? Calm down. I'm answering questions as they come up in the chat. VVS wants to spin the wheel. $5 super chat to spin the wheel. Just a reminder. Yes, the observer says you need a bad boy who's a homebody and a gym bro. Just about. Constantine just sent a $49.99 super chat. Thank you for that. For the cause. You seem like you were having a pretty good time. I'm glad this is entertaining for you. Javed, don't know how to say that. Hello, Fiore, good morning. I don't know where you are, but it is evening where I am. Where are you for it to be morning? Yeah. Julio, this is not a key to my own heart. go look up, well, I can't even say the word. Does anybody in the chat want to explain it to him? This is symbolic for all the men. I have their pencils locked for me. That's what it is. DeLeon. I'm just gonna call you Julian, because that's easier. What got me into Findom? I've told the story a few times before, but I don't mind telling it again. So actually, the first time I heard about financial domination, and Danger, real quick before I answer your question, Danger says, why are you giving $50 to some girl random? I've had men give me thousands of dollars. $50 is not really much. I mean, I'm appreciative, but I've had men send me thousands of dollars within a couple hours, so that's nothing. Moving along. I actually heard of financial donation when I used to have my pole studio, and I had a girl who, she was a pole student and she kind of helped out around the studio, who told us, me and other people at the studio, about financial domination. But she described it as like you had complete control over men's bank accounts and you managed their money. And she was kind of, how do I say this? She kind of exaggerated things sometimes. So honestly, I didn't take her seriously. I didn't think she was telling the truth. And I was so busy running my studio and I had another business I was running that I didn't really think anything of it. And I wish I had. I wish I'd started then. That was, let's see, 2017 or so. I wish I'd started then, but you know, I didn't think she was serious. So I did not take it seriously at all. And then a little over a year ago, I was just trying to figure out a way to do spicy work, shall we say, online, but I don't put content on the internet with no clothing on, shall we say. I had a bad experience when I was very young, and I've never even sent someone a naked photo, fun fact. So I was just kind of browsing online of what were some ways I could get into it without, doing that kind of thing. And I found financial domination, and I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. And it wasn't quite how the girl had explained it to me. That is one form. It's called TPE, Total Power Exchange, where men will give you control over their bank account or send you their entire paycheck, and then you give them an allowance. That is an extreme form of it, but most of financial domination isn't quite that extreme. Oops. So, does that answer your question? Hello to Jordan. Joshua says, you would make so much money. Doing what? What are you referring to? Hung says, my jawline is on point. Thank you for that, I guess. Skater says, that's interesting, to be honest. Lee says, oh, so you will take of me with my own funds? I don't know what that means. Ziggy Manta loves my videos. Thank you for that. Renzo loves my eyes. Gwen Stacy, I've never even heard that name. I don't know who that is. I'm not very good with celebrities and that kind of thing, to be honest with you. But I've never heard of that. I'm gonna write it down because I have no idea who that is, and I'm got something on my notebook. Never mind, I won't write it down. Mental note, I'll forget it. Hello to Jeffrey. VVS, you know what to do if you want to spin. You know what to do. Ziggy Matu sends me $2.49, some other currency besides US dollars I don't recognize. Thank you for that. SRT is back. Oh no. Did you try to browse around to other live streams and just found it quite boring without me? Is that what happened? Joshua says, is it easy making money doing these streams? I don't generally make a lot of money doing these live streams. I do it mostly because I enjoy it and I like to interact with my YouTube community. Oops. I'm streaming on another platform. I should have said that. Shh. I have found that I really enjoy the community on this platform. That's what I'm going to say, on this platform. And so I like to interact with them like this. SRT. SRT says, it was boring. Nobody talked down to me like you do. SRT, are you a financial submissive? What's your deal? Were you just browsing around and you found me live streaming on YouTube? Oh, fuck, I said it again. You just found me live streaming and thought it was interesting? I'm just curious because I have something to say to that. Batman, your name says everything I need to know about you. What has the internet done to men? They are no longer men. Bunch of simps. Insane. I would argue, first of all, you are on my channel, which is a financial domination channel, meaning that most of the men in my stream are submissive men who actually have more balls than men who call themselves alphas, in my opinion. At least they know who they are, and they're not afraid to admit what they are. Unlike a lot of alpha men who think they're big and bad, and they're just not, really. SRT says, I was browsing and I liked your eyes. Thank you for that. One of these days, I'm going to do a whole hypnosis video with just my face, but when I do hypnosis videos, I like to be able to concentrate on what I'm saying, and it's a little hard for me to look and talk at the same time when I'm doing hypnosis stuff, so that's why I haven't done with my face in it, and I just do like the spiral background instead. BG says, I'd like to do a video with your face. Are you talking about a hypnosis video or are you saying something pervy? Skater is asking what my kink is. Once again, a reminder to keep your comments appropriate and respectful, or I will not even read them and you will just get banned from the channel. Sorry, there was a comment I wanted to respond to. Where did it go? Oh, Cloud is asking what's available on the wheel. I'll go over it again. It's been a little while. Let's go over the wheel. Oh, somebody just became a member. Who was it? Zigament. I don't even know how to say that name, but thank you for your membership. Now, let's go over the wheel once again. Once again, it is a $5 super chat. If you would like to spin, there are various optional tribute amounts on the wheel. So you might land on one of those. It goes from $5 to $40. And then we have SPH. If you don't know what it is, then you're going to have to look it up because I can't say that here. We have CBT, which you're also going to have to look up. We have a task, which means I just erased it with my finger. I will assign you a task and you will do it. You will do as I say. This means the chat gets to choose maybe a confession, maybe a task that the chat chooses. This means you get to spin again. This means you have to confess maybe a kink or something naughty that you did. And this just means that you get to worship me and tell me what you like about me, if you like something about me. If not, then I guess you can just skip it and you probably wouldn't be here anyways. Okay, I have an itch. So that is the wheel. If you would like to spin the wheel, it is $5 super chat. James says, can you spin the wheel can you spin the wheel for me? I think you meant spin. What did I just say? $5 super chat. If you want to spin it. Oh yes, Jeff, somebody else asked this, maybe it was you. What is my kink? I actually remembered one of my kinks earlier that I kind of forgot about, but we were talking about bull riding, and then I remembered that I do have a thing for bull riders and cowboys. To each his own. I also, look, I know this is a little weird, okay. And I enjoy lots of different kinks that my subs enjoy. I always like to find out what kinks my subs have, and some of them I'm going to be interested in playing around with, and some of them I'm not. And I'm very just open about that. John says $5 to spin a wheel is absolutely insane. I was thinking about charging $15, so shut your mouth. Anyways, what planet are you from? How much do you think I was going to charge? 25 cents? Give me a break. Distracted me. Now I forgot my train of thought. What was it? Oh yes, I remembered. I do have a little, this is kind of a strange one. I realized recently that I have a little bit of a kink for men who are into politics, obviously that agree with my view of politics. There's a couple in particular that I find very attractive, but it's not just the politics. It's like men with strong moral integrity I find extremely attractive. That's more what it's about. And men who stand up for what they believe in and who do what they think is right. That's really what it's about. SSJ says businessmen. I mean, yeah, I do think businessmen can be attractive. We're not talking about politics on this channel. We're not going there. We got enough trolls in the chat as it is. Give me a break. I don't want to go there. Jack says, are you an RN nurse? You do realize that RN means registered nurse, so you just repeated yourself. But no, I'm not a nurse. Rex is having a beer. I am having water and coconut water. It's quite refreshing. Ah, very refreshing. Some electrolytes. I will remind the chat again to keep your comments respectful or you get banned. Jeff says, no BS. You definitely described me. Well, Jeff, is that right? Kev, where were you? I just went over what's on the wheel like 2 minutes ago. You're gonna have to wait now. Jordy, Findom stands for financial domination. Big Talk is calling me mommy. Hello to Tom. And VXV something or other says, you're so pretty. Thank you for that. I wish you had a better username though. Yours is a little hard to read. James, no, I will not. Ziggy, we're just gonna call you Ziggy. It's just so much easier. I'm not reading that comment, but I will like your super chat. I don't want to start with that crap. Don't want to start with that crap. Cod says, what's your thoughts of blue collar workers? You know, I think blue collar workers can be very hardworking, which is a good thing. You guys were asking earlier what I like in a man, and I will just kind of add on that, and you can say whatever you want about this, but I'm just going to say it how I see it. I did very well in school, and for example, I had an academic scholarship. I was in a lot of AP classes when I was in high school, so I had about 12 college credits before I started college. I got my master's degree at 23. So for me, I do prefer someone who is along those lines, if that makes sense. Who enjoys learning, that type of thing. That's what I'm gonna say. What are my red flags? Red flags would be, are you talking about for, yeah, I don't know why this seems to be turning into like a dating channel. I don't mind answering the questions, but yes, Joe, I am a nerd. I will 100% admit that, and I have no problem with that. I'm proud of being a nerd. Here come the Jesus freaks. Roof King. Wow, what a gorgeous young woman. Thank you for that. JP, I do what I want, okay? And I do have that platform, but as I said before, I don't post anything nude, okay? So, thankfully, your opinion means nothing to me. And yes, I do pole dancing. I worked in clubs. I do what I want because it's my life. It's not yours. SRT says, so much hate, this turned into an audition. I mean, I don't think so. I'm just answering questions. If you spam the channel, you will be automatically blocked. Goodbye. Stan says, don't let them get to you, girl. Keep doing your thing. Oh, nobody gets to me. Trust me. Trust me. But thank you for that. And for all the rude comments, I'm just going to let you know, I've been in my professional career for 20 years. So I did use my master's degree. I've also started 2 businesses by myself. So you say whatever you want. I really don't give a fuck. Does this sound like a religious channel? No, it doesn't. If we have Jesus spammers, I will block them too. Well, Alpha, I'm sure you're such a perfect little peach, aren't you? Goodbye. Trace says, do you ever think one day my kids will see me pole dancing on the internet? It isn't rude. It is kind of condescending. And I hope my kids see me pole dancing on the internet because I'm very strong, athletic, and graceful. So I hope they do see that and appreciate it. And if I do have children, I'll teach them to pole dance too. Skater likes my I don't give an F attitude. Well, I don't. Facebook Marketplace, that's a very weird username. Your eyes are so beautiful. Thank you for that. Jesus. Goodbye. HDLR, my question for you is, are you a moron? God, I think we just got a whole nother group of teenagers in their mom's basement based on the chat. Someone, thank you for that. Oh my goodness. Just a reminder to keep your comments appropriate and respectful, because if they're not, I'm not even going to read them and you're just going to be banned from the channel. Nobody's going to even see you and you're not going to get any attention. JV, can you spin the wheel? It is a $5 super chat if you would like me to spin the wheel, but I'm happy to do that. Miguel wants to know how many cats I own. I'm guessing you are rudely trying to call me a cat lady. I don't have any cats, but thanks for asking. I do have a mod. Good boy, are you still in the chat? Ben was in the chat earlier, but it's hard to keep up with them. I even set it to subscribers only, but there's just so many trolls on the internet these days. Oh, Ubi has 2 cats. What kind of cats are they? Do you have Tabby, Calico, Siamese? Ed says, I'm back. I like how you handle yourself. You should visit Caraco once. You will sure like it. It is a lovely island. How to become a member? A member of the channel? I think if you go on the profile, there's an option there somewhere. I can't really tell you exactly off the top of my head, but there's probably an option. Or I think there's even an option in the chat here somewhere because somebody joined as a member in the chat earlier, but I don't know from your end how to do it. If somebody can explain it to him, by all means. I have not been to Caraco, but I would go. It is tropical. I am more of a warm weather person, not so much into the cold. Constantine says he's sleeping. The mod or your cat? Constantine, are you going to be a moderator? I think you said maybe you would. Jim also has 2 cats. A British short hair. I don't know what that is. All right, we're getting a bunch of children in their mom's basement trying to cause trouble and get attention. Attention-seeking men are so pathetic. Oh, Cod says if you do want to get a membership, there's a $sign bottom right corner to purchase the membership. There we go. Oh my god. Security says he'll mod. Thank God. Okay. Putting you as a moderator right now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Facebook Marketplace is in love with me. Jim says his girl is always baiting the cats. Well, do you guys have kids? Because if not, then those are your children, so. Ubi says, well, I would date you. Thanks. Jim says the kids. No, I meant, do you have kids? Yes or no? Yes, I have kids. No, I don't have kids. Because then your cats are your kids. Skater, you are not seeing things. He says, I swear your glass got shorter. I have a tall glass of water, a short glass of coconut juice, coconut water. So. That was funny. You're not seeing things. It's not dirty water. It's coconut water. It's delicious. You shut up. Ed is telling me that Caraco is 500 miles north of Venezuela. It's the smallest island to ever get to the World Cup in history till now. Congratulations. That's a lovely accomplishment. Oops. Cod says I'm a dog person myself. Okay, chat. Let's find out. In the chat, are you a dog or a cat person? Tell me in the chat. And I'm both. I love animals of all shapes and sizes, really. I'm trying to think if there's any animals I don't like. I just don't like bugs, to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of snakes, but there is a black racer snake. I don't know, some kind of garden snake in the backyard. It lives under the house. And at first, I was going to try to kick it out of the yard, but he's kind of grown on me. And my dog is obsessed with him. Every time he goes outside, there's like a black hose out there and he keeps looking at the hose because he thinks it's the snake. He is obsessed with snakes. And at one point when I lived in California, I had a roommate who had 3 very large pythons. I don't know, some kind of big snake. I'm talking like there was one that was like about this big around. And he was not the best at feeding it on time. And there were times where we'd go around like poking the top of the cage trying to get out. And I was a little scared it was going to get out and eat my dog. Not going to lie. It was definitely not an anaconda, so I guess it was a python. There were 3 of them. Small, medium, and very large. Well, even the medium was very large. He was a roommate. There was no way I was ever going to date that guy. Trust me. He was actually hooking up with a homeless girl on the street. I think not. I'm good. Lee says he will eat all my pets. Well, I'd be okay if you ate the snakes. I don't think you're going to get much off the Chihuahua. Skater says, which one did I like? Of the snakes? They were like in another room, so I didn't really get a chance to hang out with them very much. Roof King says, I think all snakes should be free, never in cages. Well, I can definitely tell you that those cages were way too freaking small for those massive snakes, and I did feel very bad for them. It was not a good situation. Jeffrey just joined as a member. Thank you for that. Welcome. Isaac says he can't believe that people eat snakes. I feel like when I was little, we went to maybe New Mexico or Arizona somewhere, and I ate rattlesnake somewhere. It was pretty good. I think it tastes like chicken. SC says, how do we super chat so you can spin the wheel? I think somebody said there should be a $sign somewhere. I don't know what your screen looks like, so I can't tell you if somebody else in the chat wants to explain it to him. But it is a $5 super chat. Thank you, security. You can put him in a timeout if he keeps spamming the channel. And if he keeps it up, then he will be removed. I was just, there was a comment I wanted to respond to. I'm trying to find it. Gigi says, do I make customs? Depends on what it is. Just a reminder, I do not do anything with no clothing. Just put it out there. Now, if you want me to humiliate you, I am more than happy to do that. I am good at that. Huh. Bulldog says, I love cats. They're like strong women. They're not going to do anything they don't want to, no matter how much you try to bribe them. That's true. Skater says, rattlesnake tastes like chicken. That's just my opinion. I mean, you know, maybe other people think differently, but that's my opinion. Cloud wants to know if I stand on the left or the right side of the wheel when I spin it. I can stand on either side of the wheel. I stood on the right side of the wheel last time, but I could stand on the because there's a light there on the left side. But I mean, I can stand wherever I want. Yes. SR says he's still trying to get a picture of a ponytail. You are. I just need to know, SR, if you have a ponytail kink. Can you please tell me that? Oh, we have boy for older woman. I guess he's into the cougars. And somebody tipped me $5 and I didn't see it. Sorry about that. Oh well. SR, do you have a ponytail kink? I need to know. Where'd you go? Skater, that's a good question. Can I handstand? I'm working on my handstands. After my run today, I worked on handstands. I'm getting better at holding them. for quite a few seconds, but it's still not solid or consistent. I'm working on it. John says, are you about 32 years old? No, I'm not. Cactus says, that's a thing, ponytail kink. I don't know for a fact it is a thing, but there's a kink for frickin' everything, so I'm sure that it is a thing. I can almost guarantee you that it is indeed. Cod says, mad respects, appreciate your time, have a great night. Thanks for joining. And thanks for your super chat. Skater says, I'm definitely only 21. Okay, come on now. Let's not get crazy here. Rational Thinking, obviously a rational thinker, says she's the best dom ever seen on the planet. That's fascinating. Ziggy wants to know if he's invisible. You are not. I can see you. Oh. SR is embarrassed about his ponytail kink, but he's starting to come out and admit it. That he does have a ponytail kink. I knew it. I knew it. I'm glad you're starting to be honest with yourself. Finally. Skater concurs with me, or with somebody. Rational Thinking is asking if I'm into running. Yes, I do run once a week. Today was my run day. That's why my hair is still drying, because I washed it on my swim and my run day. And I did 4 miles. I don't run the whole time, to be honest. I run the first mile. Well, you don't need to know details, but I do like a run walk thing. Cactus, I agree with you 1000%. He says, whatever gets you going as long as you're not hurting anyone. Skater, yes, I do like to run my mouth. Actually, ironically, I'm not a big talker. But yes, I am good at trash talking. That's why, like, part of me hates the trolls, but then the other part, like, so I know bullying people is like a big thing in financial domination, and I can humiliate someone if they like humiliation, for sure. That's not a problem. But I especially enjoy bullying bullies. That's my thing. I love to bully a bully. I do enjoy that. Like, if you're gonna be mean, I'd like to put you in your place, for sure. Skater, no, I'm not a troll. I don't go on the internet and just troll random people. That's not my thing. Mad Height is asking what SPH is. I cannot say that on here. All I will say is that it is, shall we say, small pencil humiliation. Hopefully you can figure that out. A lot of people are into that, which may sound weird if you're not into it, but there is a big market for SPH in this world. Constantine, I thought you were leaving, but you're still here. Your comment made it sound like you were leaving. But here you are. Constantine says he's the same way. He picks on bullies too. Let me ask you this. Were you bullied as a child? Skater says, how's your cardio? I would say my cardio is decent. For some reason, my appendix ruptured many, many years ago. It's probably like, I don't even know how long ago, maybe like 14 or 15 years ago. And I have noticed that since I had that surgery, I do have a harder time with intense cardio. I also have vasovagal syndrome and I pass out sometimes. So I can't do super intense cardio, or it can be a little dangerous for me. So I do the best I can. SR is asking how tall I am. I am 5'6". 5'6". So I also wanted to talk a little bit about, I mentioned in a couple live streams last time, God, it's just dripped on my leg. I do want to start traveling more. And I also mentioned that as I am making more money with financial domination every month, it's been progressing, making a little bit more every month. I'm almost to a point where I can completely quit my job. And in that case, I do want to start traveling. I'm hoping to be able to travel this summer. I would like to go up the East Coast is my goal. And I've already picked out quite a few state parks I want to go to because I do like hiking and outdoor stuff. Any places that you guys recommend on the East Coast that I need to check out? What do we think? You know what? Let me move this so I can have my little notebook available. There. Ah! There goes my pen. Arizona is not on the East Coast, and I've been there. I lived in Tucson. Been there, done that. Myrtle Beach, been there. But it's okay. I'll write it on my list. See, I'm the one taking notes now. I've been to Charleston many times. Come on, you guys. Come up with something new. Myrtle Beach. I do like Charleston. I used to have friends in Charleston. I don't know if they still live there or not. Camping in the Everglades. I think not. I've got enough bugs right here, my friend. I am all good with that one. Niagara Falls, I have not seen. You say it's really that important because it is very touristy, and I'm not a big fan of big touristy places. Yes, Acadia National Park is on my list. That is one of the places I want to go. I already had that one on the list, but I'll write it down again. Yes, Charleston is a very beautiful town. I do love Charleston, although I'm not too keen on getting measles right now, so maybe skip South Carolina. Greece is at the top of my list of places I want to go. I'm just talking about here in the US for now, but I would like my next international trip to be Greece. Actually, I do have that on one of my wish lists. There is a crowdfund. How do you say it? Whatever. There's like a thing you can contribute to for Greece. Hello to Robbie. Who was that? Mahone? My knees are starting to hurt. Can I stop kneeling? Really? I think you already know the answer to that, don't you? I think you do. You know what my answer is going to be, so I don't know why you're asking. My answer is no. Ziggy says Italy. I have been to Milan and Genoa. I love Italy. I definitely plan on going back to Italy. I would like to go. There's quite a few places in Italy I want to go to. And Carson says, what about the Keys? I've been to the Keys a couple times when I was younger, and then I also went to the Keys. Let me see. I guess it was not this past January, but the one before that. Terrible experience. I was dating a very shitty dude, and it was not a pleasant experience, but I'm sure next time I go back it'll be better. Hilton Head. I think I've been there once. That's a beautiful area too. Oh, Lee, that sounds lovely. He says, I go to England, Ireland, and Scotland each year for St. Patrick's Day on a cruise. That sounds amazing. Bulldog says Australia. I actually dated an Australian man, and we traveled all over the East Coast. So that was many years ago. But I do like Australia, but I'm not crazy about the food, I have to admit. I have not been to Ireland. Ireland seems like a very beautiful place to go. Skater says the Keys are lame. I liked, what was it, the Hemingway House in the Keys. I also like museums and architecture and stuff like that. So, Carson says Jamaica. I have not been to Jamaica. I don't know what kind of shape it's in since the last hurricane there, though. Big Bend National Park. Where is that? I've heard of that, but I don't know where that is. SR says do not go to Jamaica. 5-week cruise. Wow. That is a long cruise. I don't know if I could stand being on a freaking boat that long. Yeah, Hemingway House is really cool. They also have the 6-toed cats. George and Rex both say Texas, of all places. I lived in Austin, Texas. I don't have any desire to go back to Texas. And I agree, it is extremely hot. I'm all good. Yes, Skater. Hemingway House has 6-toed cats. Look it up. Rove says, come to Manchester. You'd love it here. I would consider it. Mahon, no. You're still on your knees. If you ask, you're on your knees. Oh, Big Bend is in Texas. Well, I don't know if I'll go there. Too hot. I thought it was somewhere exciting. I'm not originally from Florida. I am currently in Florida. Dean says he loves the link. I don't know what that means. All right. On that note, it is... Raouf says he can tell I'm cultured because I said his name right. No, I just guessed, friend, honestly. I just guessed. Rex agrees with me that Austin sucks. Yes, it is extremely overcrowded. Oh. DN, which one? Because there's lots of links there. Jeffrey wants to settle in Florida one day. I mean, it is beautiful here. I'll stick to the positive things about Florida. Skater subscribed, so he'll catch me later. Oh yes, Lee, I know where the villages are, for sure. I mean, I don't know exactly where it is from me, but I've, you know, driven past it and whatnot. Oh, the Maine Coon cat. Isaac says he's going to travel sometime. Well, make it happen. Ew. Hakuna, do not tell me what to do. That's icky. That's yucky. Okay, yes, Lee, I'm going to wrap it up too. So, good day, sir. I will be back tomorrow morning for some day trading, live streaming. I'm going live pretty much every morning during the week while I'm day trading. So if you want to join me and experience that, and I'll be walking on the treadmill. My goal is to be on by 8:30 or earlier. Might be a few minutes late, to be honest, but I didn't sleep very well last night. Hopefully if I get enough sleep tonight, I will be on earlier. But between 8:30 and 10:30ish a.m. Eastern time. Ooh, river cruise. Budapest. That sounds lovely. So if you can join, feel free to join. If not, I'm live every Thursday, 9 to 10 p.m. Maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later as well, but 9 to 10 p.m. every Thursday for sure. Thank you guys for joining, that joined, that subscribed to the channel, that became members, that sent super chats. If you're watching this live stream later, you can always leave a super thanks if you enjoyed it. And what else? Yeah, go check out the videos, like them if you like them, and comment. And I have other links on my profile if you want to check those out too. Have a lovely evening.